Hello and welcome back to the Haunt Line, the show dedicated to SoCal haunts and events. Today's a really fun episode that we got for you. Joining us on the show is the man that's behind the account HHN Updates and also some really awesome merch that we're going to be talking about today. David King. David, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, what's up?
So, dude, this is really exciting stuff that's been going on. First of all, congratulations on all the love that you've been getting on social media. Your numbers are climbing both on YouTube and on Instagram. That's got to feel good, man. Talk to me about that.
Oh, it's crazy. It's wild that you just start something for fun just because you're interested in it, and it becomes this basically like full-fledged business at this point.
Totally.
But very appreciative of the numbers and how people are reacting, and it means a lot. Like I said, it was just something that I did on a whim as a hobby. So it's really cool to see it blow up like this. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So I want to mention a couple of things. First of all, the actor that played Jack the Clown just posted this image wearing your mask, your design on Jack the Clown himself. That's pretty awesome. Talk to me about that.
It's insane. Actually, I woke up this morning and saw it, and I was like, what is this? It's like a completely meta moment, you know, like
right.
Jack wears Jack mask, and it's just crazy that, I don't know, it's wild that people in the industry and people that are part of Universal are so receptive to the things that I'm doing, and they're supporting. And I didn't purchase that for him. He did it on his own, so It wasn't something I enticed him to do. He totally purchased that on his own, so I really, really appreciate that. And it's just, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, and then speaking of which, Michael Aiello and his family posted a photo wearing your masks too. Michael Aiello, of course, if you know Horror Nights Orlando, you know who he is. Talk to me about that, man, because you guys have had a little bit of back and forth going there too.
Yeah, so I posted the mask in the very beginning, and actually Mike's son contacted me and asked where to purchase them, and then his sister asked me where to purchase them, and then Mike's wife asked me where to purchase them. So they were all super interested in it, and they were super excited to receive the mask, and they took photos, and they were like, we're going to post it as a family, and it's just really cool to see that, yeah. No, but that was super awesome, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's super exciting. And then also this image here of a Sid Cosplay from Graveyard Games wearing one of your Graveyard Game masks. I mean, dude, the fact that he's cosplaying as a character from Amaze, wow.
It's amazing. Yeah. No, when I saw that, I was like, this is so creative. Like, I wouldn't have even thought of that. You know, it's just, he like took it to the next level. And I think that's what's the cool part about the merch is it's kind of like the basis for something bigger. Because, I mean, when we think about it, Halloween is about dressing up, costumes, being a different character. So being able to take things that I've made and create like a whole like persona, a character behind it is like so cool to even think, because I don't think about those things when I'm designing, you know. It's just like, right. I like this and I'm gonna make it, and then people take it to a whole nother level. So it's amazing. Yeah.
And then finally, David, you got interviewed by Attractions Magazine, and you got featured by them. Dude, talk to me about that. That's incredible.
Yeah, so they contacted me one day, and they were like, we want to do an interview talking about your mask. And I was like, what? Me? Like, who am I? I'm nobody. But yeah, they were super interested, and they posted it on their page, and I want to thank them because I got a lot of traffic to my store after that. I think it got up to like 1,000 shares or something like that.
Wow.
So over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, like it was just shared all over the place. So that was definitely something that like pushed me to the next level and inspired me to want to create more things after that, and besides mask, and kind of venturing into other types of merch.
Totally. Well, let's talk about these masks. In fact, I have one right here.
Hey.
These are super high quality, man, and they feel great. They let you breathe really well. I'll do another little close up here. Dude, these designs that you got going on these masks are incredible. Why don't you tell us, how did you even start doing this? How did you fall into mask design?
So actually, I was so I was like planning my trip for Halloween Horror Nights, and I was like, okay, we're probably gonna need to wear masks. So I'm gonna make a mask myself, something custom. I was like, oh, I'll start with the Jack, and I'll do a Jack mask, and I'll print it for myself, and it'll be a thing. And then I received it, and I was like, whoa, I could probably like sell these, you know? And then it went from Jack to Chance to Eddie to different icons, and then different house characters and Scare Zone characters. But it literally went from 0 to 60. I honestly can't even tell you the progression of it. It just like, once I got a bite, I was like, oh, okay, I got to start making more. And I literally, like, my brain is just like going, like, what else can I do, you know? And but yeah, it literally started on a whim. This was not something that I planned or anything like that. So
That's incredible. And I definitely remember the first time that you released them. I was like, man, that is a great idea. What a way to capitalize on something that we're all going to have to be doing, you know, wearing masks right now, and to make them Horror Nights themed. I thought phenomenal idea, dude, and congrats on your success thus far. So you've started making masks, and now you're full on designing like merch, t-shirts, sweaters, all kinds of things. So tell me about that transition, man. I think, was it kind of a natural transition to go from masks to branching out to other things too?
yeah, so the site that I sell on, it's tpublic.com. So I went to them because they were manufacturing masks. And then I realized, like, oh, there's so many more accessories, because when you upload designs onto there, you're required to upload at least 3 different styles of merchandise, whether it's accessories or t-shirts or something like that. So I was kind of like forced to make a t-shirt, because you have to have a t-shirt with the mask.
Gotcha.
So then I to myself, okay, instead of basically just superimposing the mask design onto a shirt, why don't I make a shirt that kind of corresponds with the mask, so it creates like this whole collection, this whole look with it. So yeah, I started out with, I think my first set of designs were probably the like the vintage concert icon t-shirts. I actually have one on right now. It's Caretaker one. So it's kind of based off of, you know, like when you go to a concert and there's like those bootleg people outside and like selling the bootleg t-shirts. I love that vibe. I love that energy. I love vintage things. I love when things look worn. So I figured, like, oh, this would be a cool way to incorporate icons and not be so obvious, you know, something different. And I feel like it's a very current, like the style is something that everybody wears these days. Like everybody loves like vintage concert t-shirts and things like that. And yeah, kind of ride that wave a little bit.
I love it. I mean, hell, even Universal recently has all of that retro, vintage looking merch that they got going right now. So yeah, you're riding that wave good, brother.
Yeah, which is crazy, because I honestly did not know that was going to be a thing. And then it was like, oh, okay, so we're on the same trajectory here. So I'm doing something right. Yeah.
Look at that synergy. I love it. All right. So I know that your background is in makeup. In fact, you were a lead makeup designer for a long time at Six Flags. Yeah. Did designing merch ever come across as like, hey, maybe I wanna do this at some point? Did that ever cross your mind, or did you literally just kind of fall into this?
I mean, I've been making t-shirts and things for a while.
Nice.
Because I always go to stores and I'm like, oh, I can make that. I don't need to pay for that. Or you go there and there's not, like, you're looking for something specific and you're like, oh, I'll just be able to design that, you know? So,
yeah.
And I love sketching. I love drawing. That's something that I've always been interested in since I was little. Even before doing makeup, that's where I kind of like started. But yeah, no, it's not something that I've never done before. I design t-shirts. Gotcha. Actually, the studio that I teach at, I design all their like logo wear and things like that. So it's something I'm used to. Yeah.
Nice. So, all right, I'm always curious about these things. I always wonder about the process. So from start to finish, how long do you think it takes you to put together one of these designs?
So it really depends. So the vintage like concert t-shirts, those don't take as long. I would say like upwards of an hour, gotcha. Maybe. But the ones that are like hand drawn things, that usually can take me up to like 6-7 hours.
Wow.
days because I do it different ways. So depending on the design, sometimes I'll like sketch it out first on a piece of paper and then I'll scan it and then I have to like process it into Photoshop and do all that, all that fun technical stuff. Yeah. But sometimes I'll draw digitally straight to the computer. But yeah, it's based on what the design is and how I'm feeling that day. If I feel a little bit more, I want to use my pencil more than I want to use the digital medium. Yeah, but I would say the shortest time is probably an hour, and the longest time I think it probably took me up to 2 days to design something.
Wow. Oh man.
Mhm.
So your most recent series that you're starting now, you released one for the Yeti, right? It's kind of like the safety shirts. I really love that design. I'm really excited to buy some of those shirts. But tell me, what has been your favorite design to work on so far?
Oh my gosh. Hard. I think the one I like the most at the moment, because there's a million more coming, is probably Holidays in Hell. I think that was one of my favorite ones. Coloring that was really, really fun. And just like conceptualizing how everybody's placed and everything was really cool. I think that's definitely one of the ones that I like the most out of all the merch that I have so far.
Yeah, dude, that one looks great. And thanks for showing the Holidays in Hell some love, man. I know that you've been doing a lot of Orlando stuff too, but you're also branching into the Hollywood stuff. Dude, it's got to be hard to design for Hollywood because we don't have much to go off of like Orlando, right?
Yeah, no, it's so difficult because, you know, a lot of my designs are based off of original properties, basically because I don't want to get sued.
Right.
But so I have to pull from any little thing I possibly can. But like you said, it's very difficult. Hollywood tends to be a little bit more IP heavy. And when they do have originals, there's not, sometimes their concepts are very broad. So it's hard for me to kind of like hone in on one design concept when I'm creating. But I'm glad that there's a couple out there. And I have a couple more coming out for Hollywood.
Oh, man.
More designs, yeah.
Can you give us any hints or clues as to what's coming up, or are you trying to keep it secret?
Oh, yeah. You're just going to have to wait.
Oh, man. All right. It's worth the wait, though. I mean, honestly, everything that you've put out has been so phenomenal. I can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. Well, dude, again, congratulations on the success thus far. I wish you so much more from here. What's next for your YouTube channel? What you got cooking up for us?
So I'm definitely going to try to do some interesting things with the YouTube. I know there's so many channels out there that are doing construction updates and this and that, and I'm trying to find a different path to go in. So a couple of things that we're planning to do is like we're gonna do like food recreations where we like recreate food that you can get at Halloween Horror Nights, and making it with things that you have at home.
Nice.
I may do a couple makeup tutorials with some interesting that you may know, possibly a clown or two. Yeah, some makeup tutorials. But yeah, I think that's what I want my channel's direction to go in, a little bit more niche versus like a broad aspect. Because I feel like, I mean, like your channel and SoCal and Losh, like you guys have great content with stuff like that. So I don't need to do stuff like that. You guys already have that covered. So I'm trying to cover other spaces that I see that are empty or, you know, interesting, like, oh, I never thought to do that. Or like, everybody knows how to make pizza fries, but, you know, everybody loves watching food tutorials. Let's not lie, we know. So I think that would be awesome to branch out in those type of ways. Yeah, for sure.
Nice, dude. Well, I'm excited for that stuff too, man. And well, David, before we wrap up, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you?
Okay. So on Instagram, I am _HHN updates. On Twitter, I am updates HHN. On YouTube, we are HHN updates. And then for all of our merch, that's masks, t-shirts, pins, bags, anything you can think of, tpublic.com/user/HHN-updates. Yeah,
Perfect.
That's kind of a lot.
And don't worry, we'll have links to all that stuff down below too, so you can find it easily. Dude, David, once again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Kudos on your success. I can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. And folks, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow, and be sure to buy some merch. David, once again, thanks for joining the show, brother.
Thank you. Wear your mask, everybody.
Wear your mask. That is right. And, well, of course, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at The Hauntline. You can visit us on the web at www.thehauntline.com. And you can find our podcast wherever you download podcasts. And until the next time, thank you for calling The Hauntline.